10 famous celebrities and people who went from rich to poor. Number 10. Wesley Snipes. Apparently, making 3 Blade movies about hunting vampires doesn't pay the bills quite like it used to. Snipes was making tons of money during the 1990s, but managed to squander it all. In 2006, Snipes was busted for tax evasion and had to go to jail for a few years as a result. Number 9. LEIF Garrett. To anyone that's watching this under the age of 40, you might not know who LEIF Garrett is. Think of him as the Justin Bieber of the 1970s. In 2001, Garrett was forced to file for bankruptcy because he didn't have enough money in his account. It was discovered that he only had $350 to his name and couldn't find work. Number 8. Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser might come as a bit of a surprise to you, since we still manage to see him pop up in movies and TV shows from time to time. He was making around $2 million a year during the late 1990s and early 2000s, but the spending that Fraser did during his prime didn't really slow down. Fraser had to pay $75,000 a month for child support due to his old salary, which has caused him to lose almost all of his net worth. When cash was a bit short, you'll see Fraser in another goofy movie to make up for it. That would explain why he was in the movie Furry Vengeance. Number 7. Donald Trump. Donald Trump still flaunts his money around to this day, which is incredible despite the fact that he has filed for bankruptcy a total of 4 times. Between 1991 and 2009, these 4 bankruptcies would surely put Trump in the poorhouse, right? Well, after some creative accounting, Trump declared for corporate bankruptcy instead of personal. Number 6. Michael Jackson. We all remember when Michael Jackson passed away, and it was a very sad time. Jackson spent money like there was no tomorrow, particularly on plastic surgery and on a little property you may have heard of, the Neverland Ranch. It cost over $10 million per year just to keep it going, since there was a small amusement park located inside of the estate. Jackson had to take out an enormous loan to keep Neverland Ranch operating, but could no longer afford to keep up on payments. The huge debts left his children with almost nothing after Jackson passed away. Number 5. Gary Coleman. Everyone remembers the pint-sized child actor from the successful Different Strokes show in the 1980s. That show alone made him $8 million, but he wasn't able to touch it until he turned 18. Coleman must have thought, "What you talking about, financial advisor?" when it ended up being just $200,000 by his 18th birthday. Coleman's parents completely screwed him over by spending most of his money, and he had to go through life as a recognizable little person with a dwindled bank account. After being able to sustain himself for over a decade, Coleman ended up going bankrupt in 1999. Thanks for nothing, Ma and Pa. Number 4. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage may not know how fiction works and thought he actually discovered the Declaration of Independence. The actor sure spent like he did find it, as he purchased numerous mansions, private jets, boats, and cars. Clearly, Cage didn't have as much money as he thought, since he went bankrupt with $14 million in debt. Number 3. Lindsay Lohan. After a solid start to Lindsay Lohan's acting career, we all had such high aspirations for her. Things went south pretty quickly in the mid-2000s. After starring in the smash hit Mean Girls, Lindsay's career derailed. She developed a drug and partying habit that seemed like it would never end, and her life became a circus. After not being able to land a notable acting gig for quite some time, Lohan went bankrupt in 2012. Number 2. Marvin Gaye. Even the younger crowd will recognize the name Marvin Gaye, but they may not know that he was once one of the biggest musical acts for a while. After racking up nearly 70 hit songs in the top 40 charts, Gaye became a millionaire. That money would be short-lived, though, as Marvin went broke due to spending way too much money. Number 1. Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson has been the opposite of broke for the past 20 years, but for a 3-year span between 1990 and 1993, Nelson was in deep trouble financially. The notorious pot-smoking country star owed $16 million to the IRS and went completely bankrupt. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe to Tip Top List to stay tuned.